Easy come, easy go, as they say. It's great to make money, but it's always easier to spend it than to make it, even if you're a millionaire celebrity. Here's some outrageous purchases celebrities instantly regretted. Nicolas Cage once blew $150 million on a private island and a dinosaur skull, and much, much more. Here's everything we know. We all know Nicolas Cage from blockbuster movies such as National Treasure. But have you noticed Nicolas Cage taking some random roles left and right? Well, this is to help pay off his debts. He used to be one of Hollywood's top earners, worth $150 million. Unfortunately, Cage wasn't able to hold on to his wealth for long. Ultimately, he faced foreclosure on several properties and owed the IRS $6.3 million in back taxes for a series of expensive and often eccentric purchases. But don't feel too bad for him, he is still worth around $25 million. Cage once owned 15 homes, including a $25 million waterfront home in Newport Beach, California, a $15.7 million countryside estate in Newport, Rhode Island, and an $8.5 million mansion in Las Vegas. Also, for $3.4 million, he purchased the infamous LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans, known as one of America's most haunted houses. Cage bought 2 castles in Europe for $10 million and $2.3 million respectively. He also bought a deserted island in the Bahamas for $3 million. The 9-foot-tall burial tomb was also a nice touch. I guess everyone needs one of those at some point. The craziness doesn't end there. He even bought shrunken pygmy heads. I don't know for how much, but he couldn't pay me to have those in my home. He spent $450,000 on the late Shah of Iran's Lamborghini and another $150,000 on a pet octopus. He must have seen My Octopus Teacher one too many times on Netflix. He allegedly outbid Leonardo DiCaprio for the dinosaur skull that was 70 million years old. Most of Cage's films from 2008 to 2011 were not huge successes and did not help his finances. To pay the bills, Cage became the face of multiple made-for-digital, low-budget horror films. We all know Sorcerer's Apprentice wasn't a hit. I thought Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance wasn't terrible, and it did attract a passionate cult following. But alas, no, it was another flop. I gotta hand it to Cage. He lost a lot of cash on dumb stuff, but he went back to work to take it back. He accumulated 29 acting credits between 2014 and 2019. As Cage's financial woes became an issue on public record, many people gave him a hard time, saying that he was only doing it for the paycheck. Well, in a recent interview, he set the record straight by saying that yes, he had to work hard to pay off his debts, but he was also careful to choose roles that he can engage with creatively. If you've seen the movie Pig, you might agree with him. He's stellar in that. Internet celebrity Logan Paul, who is a huge Pokemon fan, boxer, and YouTuber, has done some questionable things for his vlog. He paid $3.5 million for Pokemon cards. At first, he was super excited to acquire a case of 6 sets of first edition base set Pokemon cards for $3.5 million. But then everything went bad. Pokemon cards can be worth in the millions. An Illustrator Pikachu card can fetch $1.2 million at auction. But even the Pokemon fan community was questioning whether undiscovered, unopened cases like this still existed. In addition to the fact that the item was sold on eBay at all, the fact that it was sold outside of an auction house for $30 and then set via Canada Post were another red flag. Well, those red flags turned out to be right. Paul was unboxing the cards for a video when he discovered the box didn't have any rare $1 million Pokemon cards. Oh no, they contained G.I. Joe trading cards instead. Paul yelled, "G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe?" It could have been anything else. The Pokemon fan site PokeBeach and YouTuber Rattle also investigated the authenticity of the cards and concluded that they were not real. The baseball card exchange officials met with Paul in Chicago to confirm his doubts. Video clips of Paul's meeting with the BBCE officials were later posted online. Paul said in the video, "Oh man, I'm a super positive person, bro, and I'll always be the one to look at the bright side. And I'm trying, but this is very hard. It's just so sad for all parties involved. It's sad for the Pokemon community. Like, how many fraudulent things are out there? I'm grateful for the things I have that are real now." So the cards were fake, but the controversy wasn't over yet. Initially, Logan Paul's video of the fake cards led to speculation that his claim was not real, and he was merely trying to gain media attention and YouTube views. Even his younger brother Jake initially questioned the veracity of his claims. Turns out the card purchase was real, but all's well that ends well, I suppose, as in the end, Logan Paul was reimbursed by Balilio Lajan San, the well-known card collector. Note to self, don't buy anything from that guy. A good year for Johnny Depp makes him a fortune. In 2016, he earned $48 million. Depp spends as much as $2 million a month on his extravagant lifestyle, according to records disclosed after a legal battle between the star and his management company. According to Depp's January 2017 filing, TMG mismanaged his finances, costing him millions of dollars. TMG countered that Depp dug himself into a financial hole. Let's get to the bottom of it. You might be saying to yourself, extravagant lifestyle, sure, but $2 million a month? According to the lawsuit, $30,000 on wine per month, $300,000 on staff per month, including 40 full-time employees, $150,000 on security for himself and his family per month, and $200,000 per month on a private jet. Depp spent more than $75 million to buy and furnish 14 residences, including an entire village in France, according to TMG. He is now seeking $63 million for the town, which includes a church, a restaurant, and several houses. A chain of Bahamas islands were also purchased by Depp in 2004 for $3.6 million. In the same Los Angeles building, he bought 5 penthouses for a total of $7.2 million 3 years later. Those properties were put back on the market in 2016 for $12.78 million. Depp's craziest purchase proves to be even less practical than the French Village. The actor spent $5 million to fulfill the final wish of his late friend, writer and journalist Hunter S. Thompson, who passed away in 2005. Live music, fireworks, and star-studded guest lists were also featured at the event. Back in 2018, as a Christmas gift for his daughter, Royalty, rapper-singer Chris Brown gave her a baby capuchin monkey named Fiji. Because the rapper and singer did not have the proper documentation to own an exotic animal, his social media posts about the monkey attracted the attention of the authorities. After the monkey was taken from him, Chris Brown was banned from monkey business for 6 months after making a deal with the DA in his illegal pet case. The terms prohibited Chris from buying any monkeys until 2020. He also had to pay $35,000 to the monkey retreat facility where his old monkey is now living. Well, he did stick to the program, and all charges will be dropped. The judge also left it up to the monkey retreat to decide if Chris can have visitation with his ex-pet. And they agreed. Sadly, Brown is far from the only celebrity succumbed to the lure of owning an unusual pet. Kristen Stewart grew up surrounded by semi-tame wolf hybrids on her family's Santa Monica ranch. This probably helped her get into role for Twilight, one might think. And Leonardo DiCaprio keeps a $400 African spurred tortoise that can live to be 80 years old. International pop sensation Justin Bieber had just touched down in Munich on his tour when the government seized his beloved monkey, OG Mali. Any regrets for Biebs? None. The singing superstar said, "People are always like, why did you get a monkey? But if you could get a monkey, well, you would get a monkey too." Tracy Morgan rose to fame on Saturday Night Live before playing a dialed-up version of himself on 30 Rock. Morgan, however, wasn't joking about his Bugatti Veyron wreck just 2 hours after purchasing it. A woman driving an SUV later that day nailed him with her SUV after he used settlement money from a Walmart lawsuit to buy the $2 million vehicle. In real life, the actor behind Mr. Bean prefers something with a little bit more flair than his infamous Mini Cooper that he drives on TV. After spending $500,000 on a rare McLaren F1, actor Rowan Atkinson rear-ended someone, repaired the car, then wrecked it again 12 years later. After the first accident, which was only a fender bender, repairs for the second took more than a year to complete. Everything works out for Mr. Bean though. Atkinson sold the fixed-up ride to another collector for $8 million in the end. Even though TYGA is a successful rapper, his profile rose after he romanced Kylie Jenner while she was coming of age on her family's reality TV show. TYGA was later criticized for not meeting a number of financial obligations, including failure to pay the leases on several supercars. At least 2 of TYGA's cars were repossessed for non-payment, with Rolls-Royce taking back their Ghost and Ferrari taking back his precious 458 Spider. Over the non-payment, the company repossessed TYGA's cars. In both cases, Blac Chyna's ex was asked to pay the difference on the cars after they were sold off. The demanded $43K for the Ferrari and another $84K on the Rolls, for a grand total of $127K. Ouch. Here's a crazy stat. Over 60% of NBA players go broke after retirement, but Allen Iverson's case is the most extreme. An NBA superstar, one of the best players of his position, went from being a multi-millionaire to broke so quickly. Jewelry. Iverson earned about $200 million in his career in the NBA. However, he had no money by 2012. His lavish lifestyle included mansions and cars, as well as jewelry. When he went bankrupt, he owed a single jeweler $859,000. Not including jewelry, his basic monthly costs included $10,000 on clothes, $10,000 on restaurants, $10,000 on groceries and goods, and $1,000 on dry cleaning alone, and $126,000 went to creditors and mortgages. Allen Iverson's entertainment expenses were out of this world. At strip clubs, AI used to spend $30K to $40K often. Apparently, Iverson would throw up so much cash at a time, you could pick it up for yourself and throw some bills if you felt so inclined. I would. One time, after landing from a flight, Allen Iverson forgot where he parked his car, so he got a cab to a nearby car dealer and bought a new car instead of looking for the old one. This wasn't the only time Allen Iverson was reckless with his cars. One time, Iverson thoughtlessly gave away his brand new car to his friend Larry Hughes that was worth nearly $250,000. Another time, Allen Iverson had his Lamborghini Murcielago impounded by the police after he was unable to provide proof that he owned the vehicle. There's some light at the end of the tunnel though. Allen Iverson's 2001 endorsement deal with Reebok is a lifesaver. His contract with Reebok includes an $800K yearly salary from Reebok for life, as well as a $32 million trust fund that Iverson will have access to when he's 53 years old. Allen Iverson now has a second chance to stay in the black after burning more than $200 million in his career earnings by 2012. MC Hammer was a big star back in the day with his hit Can't Touch This. As a result, he was able to make millions pretty quickly. In 1991, Hammer's fortune was estimated to be around $70 million, and he brought in $30 million every year. According to The Mirror, soon he was enjoying his newfound success. MC Hammer went bankrupt soon because he basically didn't budget his money wisely. Throughout the early 90s, MC Hammer went on a spending spree with millions of dollars to his name. In that time, he acquired 17 luxury cars, 2 helicopters, a private jet, and 21 racehorses. Some of the horses were worth more than $1 million. The majority of his expenses, however, were related to his house. Having purchased property in Fremont, California for $12 million, he spent another $30 million on renovations to turn it into his dream home. In addition to the 40,000 square feet of living space, Hammer's home featured a bowling alley, basketball court, baseball field, recording studio, movie theater, 17-car garage, tennis courts, and 2 swimming pools. Several marble statues of himself were added throughout the property, and a gold hot tub was installed in his bedroom. He shaped one of the pools like his baggy pants, which became known as the Hammer Pants. And to keep everything running smoothly, he had a staff of nearly 200 people on property, which cost him about $500,000. He never worked for himself. He was forced to file for bankruptcy in 1996. He was $13 million in debt, in which he was forced to sell off his luxury possessions to help pay it off. On a whim, Priyanka Chopra bought a very expensive car. In 2013, her mom insisted that she commemorate her 10 years as a star. She picked her up, and they drove to dinner, and then drove to a Rolls-Royce dealer, and she pulled the trigger on a brand new custom car. Chopra didn't specify whether she considers her purchase a mistake, but she did admit that she spent her money imprudently. Black, with a silver top, the car has starlit ceilings and stardust carpets. Despite selling the car, she didn't stop there. The Star has an impressive collection of luxury cars, including a BMW-made 6.6-liter twin-turbo V1 with 563 horsepower. After funding his own fashion venture, Kanye West owed $53 million. Following the launch of his clothing brand, Yeezy, with his own money, West revealed on Twitter that he had fallen into millions of dollars of debt. West has since deleted the tweets. According to him, he went into $16 million worth of debt after getting his fashion line off the ground for the first season. West has also spoken on giving money to friends and relatives against his frugal wife's advice. Likewise, he had a hard time saying no to friends and family. In 2009 and 2011, West launched 2 clothing lines before partnering with Adidas and finding success. Mark Cuban loves the spotlight and is known for his television role in Shark Tank and as the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Apparently, he amassed a large sum of money to buy Mustang, Texas. The town of Mustang consists of 77 acres and is home to 21 people. There is no word on what Cuban paid, but the asking price was reportedly $2 million. Cuban may have purchased the town as a favor for a friend who needed the property sold. This is a purchase he definitely immediately regretted, as he fully admitted to the Dallas Morning News, "I don't know what, if anything, I'll do with it." We can't help you there, Mark. The flamboyant lifestyle and lavish spending of Mike Tyson have been well known. Few of his extravagant expenditures have compared to the staggering $2.2 million he once spent on a bathtub. Apparently, Mike Tyson bought the 24-karat gold tub as a Christmas present for his first wife, Robin Givens. They divorced a year later. Ouch. This was part of a pattern of overspending that led Tyson to file for bankruptcy in 2003 when he was $23 million in debt, despite earning well over $300 million in his 20-year boxing career. That is definitely regrettable. Multi-millionaire Kylie Jenner recently had a baby, and she took to social media to show her fans a video tribute of her son. Jenner's home and baby's nursery are showcased, which naturally includes some extremely lavish items. The baby's modern bassinet, for instance, costs $10,000, but at least it's practical. A Louis Vuitton teddy bear on a nursery chair is less practical. The brown stuffed animal is made of monogrammed brown velvet, and only 500 were produced. It has been discontinued since its debut in 2005, but Kylie found a pre-owned version for $21,427 on the Luxy shop. The price of Kylie Cosmetics founder Kylie Jenner's son's toy has since gone viral. In response to the bear's costs, one TikTok user joked, adding the hashtag #PayMyCollegeTuition. This next unknown Tom Brady fan is not a celebrity, but this person will eventually go down as a massive purchase that is now instantly regretted. This NFL fan paid more than $500,000 for the last football Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady threw in an NFL game before retiring last season. But the ball has now lost much of its value after the 44-year-old Brady has now announced that he's returning to professional football next season. Brady is the only quarterback in NFL history to win 2 championships with 2 different teams over the age of 40. Over the course of 22 seasons, he has won 7 NFL championships and played in 10 Super Bowls. Additionally, Brady has thrown more touchdown passes than any other player in NFL history and has been selected 5 times as Super Bowl MVP. During a playoff game against the Los Angeles Rams, Brady threw a 55-yard touchdown pass to teammate Mike Evans, using the football sold at auction on January 23rd in Tampa, Florida. At Raymond James Stadium, Evans threw the ball into the stands after scoring. A person in the crowd caught the ball and decided to auction it. That ball was worth a lot. Some might argue that $518,000 was a bargain, but now that Tom Brady is going to play in the 2023 season and obviously throw many more touchdowns, that ball is worth the pigskin it's made of. Excessive? Maybe. But when you're filthy rich, it's a way of life. Let this be a warning for the future nouveau rich. It's okay to get a little outrageous with your fortune. Just tuck a little away for a rainy day. You might need it.